Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 4 of No Man's Land. And in this episode, we are going to be clearing some fields out. So let's go ahead and get our Kubota started up. And we will start clearing fields. Just let this guy get to work. We'll go ahead and move this one out too and let him get to work. Go ahead and get it cleared out anyway. This one's actually so much more faster and efficient. But it doesn't fit in all the places the other one fits. We're also going to be doing our rolling. We're also going to be liming, so we've got to clear this out. And get lime ready. So what we're going to do, so we're going to take this over here and just unload it. That way we don't waste that stuff while these guys do their thing, and then we're going to come over here and fill this up with lime. That way this is ready. We still got to do some rolling. We'll just shut this back off for a minute. And we'll jump back over to this guy, start him back up. And we'll come through and get that last line done. Yes, I'm aware I do not have access to this land, dude. However, I'm just trying to get my field clear. This is a pretty heavy plow, although the Kubota does handle it pretty well. To a certain extent. It doesn't turn very well. This guy's almost finished. We need to get the roller. So we'll just go ahead and get this field rolled out real quick. Save us the trouble later. Kind of just grazed the tree just a little, but that's alright. come back around. It just gives him time to finish that one field up over there for us. And then we'll just keep going on this rolling. Get our fields prepped. Get ready for a resow. I like these field sizes. They're not overbearing, like at all. Which these are just fields I've created anyway. You gotta keep it in the horsepower limit for the tractor though. So I kind of like our style of what we got going over here on this farm. We'll just fold that back up for a minute. It's going to be a minute before we use it. Leave it running for just a minute. We'll go back and double check on this thing. See what all he's missed. Yep, he actually didn't do very much, so I guess that's where we come in. We'll make this fast and easy. Pretty nice being able to clear a field in about 3 passes, honestly. So now we'll just swing it back around. Well, I said we were going to. We kind of caught the rock over there. Alright, swung it around. Let's make our last pass and we'll get this thing folded up and put away. Along with the smaller version. This one clears more ground, however it's not as quick as the small one. Small one you can pull at 11, this one stays about 8 or 9. Alright, big guy, start folding up for us. Keep catching on the rock. Alright. The field's done. That one's been rolled. Let's turn this thing back and back it on the pad over here. And we'll fold little guy up over here. Take it and park it. And then we're gonna jump back in this roller. Go ahead and get it unfolded for us. We're gonna go ahead and get it dropped down. So we can just get these old fields rolled up over here. One thing I've learned, field prep is super important. This actually makes the field look super good in my opinion. Get all of our field prepping done for 3 fields. Grapes and stuff are ready. We gotta get these fields re-sowed. Get them limed, get them fertilized. I was like, why does it look different? But it actually did do what it was supposed to do. Okay. I was worried there for just a second. And then we'll make our last pass down. We'll get a run over there to our 3rd field. Hold this guy up for just a second until we get over there. That way we're not hitting everything. And we'll drop it back down. Get this field rolled. Making pretty good timing actually. 6:30 a.m. in game. I kind of set us up with a little too much money. We may expand some soon, try to get some animals going. Like you can tell just how massively rough this field is. It's pretty rough. The only thing I really hate about this field location is the water right there, but it's actually interesting and not terrible. Because I mean, it keeps the equipment cleaned if I dip down in it, so. Definitely taking our time here, making sure we get it smooth. So it looks like we'll have to make roughly one more pass and we should be good to go. Field prep is important for yield. Especially after a good plow, it's always good to do rolling. No Man's Land is really one of them peaceful maps, and I really enjoy this map. For what it's worth, I have not done anything off camera on this. I just kind of set the farm up. I may try to pick up a new series to go with this one pretty soon. I'm not sure yet. I'd really like to work on expanding on No Man's Land. And then kind of keep this series going for a little while, because we're only 4 episodes in, and it's going to get a bit repetitive for now because I haven't set up anything else yet. But I'd like to make a little more money before we do all that. Alright, so let's raise this roller up, get it folded up. We'll go park this, get the little lime spreader out. I intend to get us some property pretty soon. And kinda get us some equipment sheds so all the equipment's just not sitting out. This is not where I park this. I park it on the other side over here. That's why it didn't look right. Yeah, we park this bad boy over here. Alright, let's start this thing up. Go get our field done. Turn it on. This thing's kind of got a wide spread, so it's hard to line it up perfectly every time. But I like using it because it makes things so much easier on us. Especially for my field sizes. So we kind of have to just do this field in a weird angle, whatever kind of thing. But I mean, it works out because we still get all the field done. I'm gonna go over here to our last field, get it all lined up. Go ahead and just turn it on, and we'll start spreading some lime. Kind of just make her turn in the weird way like I was talking about. And then we should be able to just cover this in 2 passes. That was the plan. We'll just swing this around in a weird way. Alright. So that part is done. Let's jump in our planter. Right here. We'll get it started up. We'll set our worker to work on that for us for just a minute, because we still have to get this ready to lay down some actual fertilizer, which is what we emptied out when we put lime in it. So we'll just let our planter get to work over there. We'll just waste what we've got in here. No big deal. We don't really need it anyway. It's not that much left. So we'll just cut it on and let it empty itself out. I don't want to keep it. And then we'll go fill it back up with the regular fertilizer. While he's planting over there. This is actually a Kubota fertilizer spreader. I really like this thing. The only thing that sucks is when it makes it back out into the pallets, you kind of have to navigate around to fill it back up just a little, but it's all good. Doesn't really bother me at all. Get our spreader ready and filled back up. So this is good to go. Get out of the tractor's way. We will park this back over here for now. And then we'll jump back in there in the planter and let him go. We probably should have got this guy started right after we laid lime. That way we're not waiting on this guy to get finished where we can go lay some fertilizer, but it's all good. Personally, doesn't bother me because I really like this planter. It's also Kubota. It's not a very big planter, but it gets the job done for these fields. Getting their fields all planted up. Like, I'm really happy with the way this is coming along. I maybe should invest in a bigger, planter, but I'm also trying to save us money so we can do our expansions. Like, get our, equipment sheds up and going, and then try to get off into some animals. Maybe do like eggs or something. Start with chickens and then possibly move into cows and other things. Maybe some horses. Like, our possibilities are kind of endless. I've kind of got the basic setup. Now it's kind of sort of all about getting our field prep ready and that kind of thing. I usually like to do the more exciting things, but there's more that goes into this game besides just harvesting and making money. I mean, you gotta do your field preps, and I really started this series so I could kind of show my whole process, because I do this stuff on every farm I have, on just about every map, minus our western wilds that I have to get going for us, because, well, it's a little different because I use Precision DLC on that. However, on this one I don't. Or my Michigan series I have yet to start for you guys. I'm not 100% certain if I have everything ready to go on that just yet. I've been working off and on and making plans like for certain, but for Elm Creek, like, I have this whole farm set up. I'd love to do a series on it where we maybe expand, but I'd also like to have a clean slate where I can start over and actually do it from the beginning, build up money, do the contracts, and work our way to where we want to be, have to buy the used equipment kind of thing. With this one, it's not that I, cheated. Like, I borrowed money, made the money back for this map, bought what I needed, and then turned around and started the series. But I'd actually like to have one that we start fresh. That would be kind of interesting, I do believe. All I know is this episode's getting kind of long on us, and we haven't even got everything I wanted to get done yet, but it's okay. I don't mind. Like, I already knew this was going to be one of those super long episodes. It's no big deal. So the plan is for our next episode, we're going to be cutting some of this grass and baling it up. You know, I'm not sure how long that episode's going to be. We'll probably run through that on the quick side, but for now, this is kind of the plan. We're going to finish our field prep, make it one big episode instead of sorting it up into parts. So this guy's planting the last little bit on this field. We're going to push him down to the next one. Our planter's holding pretty strong with seed. I like this little planter. Not as quick as I could hope for, but it gets the job done. So we'll just get this guy going on this next field, and then I guess we could jump back in the fertilizer spreader and go ahead and lay some fertilizer, but I'd like to let this guy do his thing a little. I don't want a worker, bro. I'd actually like to do this myself for a second, actually. Alright, so let's turn off the seeder. I'll get him out of the rough zone and then I'll let him take back over. There we go. We'll let him take back over. This field's a little on the weird side, but that's okay. Weird is good. I like it. Because, I mean, on my bigger farms, I got bigger equipment. This is just medium-sized stuff, and I really enjoy, like, relaxing and using some of the smaller stuff. It's entertaining to me. We'll go ahead and turn this thing on, and we'll start laying some fertilizer. Pump them yields up a little. And like, I already knew this was gonna go super quick, so no big deal. It's just less we got to do later. But most definitely getting it fertilized. You can see the difference in the field colors. Looks good. This field over here is not real bad in size. Awkward shaped, yes. And that's partially my fault because, as I think I've said in other videos, everything you gotta do on this map is yourself. You gotta make your own fields, and that's why I like it. It's kind of like a blank slate. So, yeah. Alright guys, sorry about that. I had to take a bathroom break. I was just letting this guy do his thing. So hopefully he can hurry up and get this done for us. I can make pretty quick work of the plow. That's no problem. I guess what we could do while we're waiting is jump in the mower and start cutting some grass that we want to cut to bale. Like, that actually seems like a pretty good idea. Sounded okay to me. While we're waiting on this guy, we could go ahead and cut some grass and have it ready to go for next episode. Not sure where all we're going to be cutting just yet, but this is a starting point. This actually goes pretty quick. I really love this mower. Can do this while we get him going. Not sure about how many bales we'll get out of this. Like, I've got another big area that I'm contemplating about cutting for hay too. Kind of run it close to them rocks where we actually hit the rock. But I think there's actually a way I can remove those. I'm not real sure though. Alright, we gotta stop like trying to kill her more with the rocks. And yet I say that and here we go, smashing it in the rock again. Oh well, nothing I can really do about it. But we will come through here and clean up this little area. Alright. Now I just gotta debate on the other areas that we're gonna do. So, I mean, that's a pretty good area. Like, we own this whole area here as well. I think we'll start like right here. And we'll just start cutting. Like, it doesn't really matter. Just figured we could do some cutting of our grass for hay while we waited on the planter to finish up. Which may be pretty smart. We'll just leave that going for just a second because I think his planter's finishing up. That way we can go push him over to that next field. Alright, we're gonna jump back in this. And then we're gonna go ahead and lay some fertilizer over here. Because this actually is looking pretty good. I like how you can see the streams coming out of the liquid fertilizer in this thing. It's pretty neat. We still need this, so we're not going to get rid of it. Like, the way this field is, I'm going to have to go back and fix some stuff when he gets done, but you can't exactly use workers on messed up fields, but we're trying to do everything at once, so it's not really bothering me. Kick back over to her more. We're gonna get some of this grass cut. Like, I just felt like this is gonna be so good for this because, I mean, we got a massive area of free range grass everywhere. And then, like, we're actually making hay, not silage, so we need to get ready to use the tedder on all of this stuff sooner or later. I'm gonna try to save that for the actual episode though, which it should be our next one. Like, there's really not a lot of grass here. It just looks like there is. I'm also going to be using the windrower to make it into one row. But nah, there's really not a lot of grass here. It just really looks like there is, but there's not. It looks okay to me. So we'll start this one up. It's got the tedder on it. We'll back it out. We'll go ahead and start getting it unfolded. And then we'll lower it. Go ahead and start on this too while we're at it. Get it all turned over so it can dry out. While he's doing his thing over there, we're just going to keep pushing forward. It's going to take him a minute, as though this should take us a pretty good minute. Turn that off for just a second while we turn it around. Now we'll cut it back on. Just kind of keep going around. Kind of like how we mowed it. Alright, go back in. Get some more of it turned over. Turn the tedder back on. Keep working our way in closer to the rocks. We're still somehow or another gonna hit it. We always do. This is actually a Kubota tedder. Like pretty much everything we have on this farm is Kubota. Like I really like this DLC. Turn that back off. We got just a little bit going on for us right here. So we've pretty much got all of this stuff done in no time. And so we're going to come over here and work on this other big area that we got going. just kind of get it all going in our favor. Because the more we get done, the better. It's nice being able to use workers where you can get other things finished. Because while we're chopping away at grass, we're also getting our fields planted. Like, I was honestly contemplating doing some silage, but I really just want to do hay. And like, there's quite a bit of work that goes into doing hay. We could do plenty of it, that's for sure. Turn our tractor around. It doesn't really turn good with this tedder. This tedder's weird. Just trying to get everything kind of cleaned up a little. Which, like I said, it gets to be a pain with the way this thing turns. It's got the turning radius of a truck. But we are looking good. Looking good, looking good. It's pretty much what we've got to do for next episode. Is row it, bale it, and load up my bales. So we're looking really good. However, my tractor driving skills, some days I don't believe as very well. so we'll fold this thing up. We'll come park it back over here next to the rower. And that's where I'm leaving that for this episode, because that's the next episode thing he's just about to finish up. Still holding pretty steady on seed in this planter. Like, it doesn't use a lot of seed either. Alright, bud, I'm gonna stop you and I'm gonna take back over myself. Well, that didn't go as planned. I'll plant this last row and clean up any things he didn't plant. Well, I can tell this is the only other little spot he didn't do. Alright. We'll actually look on the map and double check though. Well, it says there's one little spot down there. We'll go back and double check that. Which it may just be the way the field's cut, so it looks like that on the map. No, everything's good. Alright, so we gotta jump in this guy, get it started back up. And we're gonna jump over here to this other field and get it fertilized. And for those of you that have stuck around to this point of the video, thank you guys so much. Y'all are the real MVPs. We've done so much work in this episode. We got them planted. We've got them fertilized, limed. We even plowed them. Park our old tractor over here. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoy.